Welcome to the Gold Mine as Long Beach State men's basketball takes on Cal Poly. I'm Bruce Kuntz alongside Alex Prado, and you are listening to 22 West Radio, broadcasting live at 88.1 FM KKJZ HD3 Long Beach. Conference play is resuming for the Beach after a month-long hiatus. They lost both of the Big West games that they played in early December, falling in overtime at UC Santa Barbara and then in regulation at home against UC San Diego. Chris Acker's squad did finish the non-conference schedule with a win. 5 players finished in double figures as they demolished Lincoln on Tuesday, including freshman guard Gavin Sykes with 21. The Mustangs finished 7th in the Big West preseason coaches poll, but have tallied 2 wins in their first 3 conference games. They won a nail-biter at home against the Tritons on Thursday. That game came down to the final possessions, but 26 points from sophomore winger Hamad Musa secured a Mustangs victory. Alex, the Beach handled business against Lincoln last time out. How can they translate that success back into conference play?
Well, as you mentioned, Bruce, in their last game, Long Beach had 5 players score in double digits, led by Gavin Sykes, 21. Cal Poly currently has 3 players averaging over 15 points. So, to put it simply, Bruce, everyone on this Beach squad needs to get a piece today. We're going to be looking at players like Gavin Sykes and Petar Mastorovic to lead the scoring here. And the one thing they did do well was shooting from the field. They shot 50% as a whole in the first half of Tuesday's game. So that kind of aggression straight out the gate allows for more wiggle room in the second half. Long Beach took 76 shots, the most of any game this season. And guess what, Bruce? They made the most as well of any game this season. So if Long Beach can stay consistent, especially in the first half of this game, they'll give themselves a good chance to battle it out with the Mustangs.
Cal Poly's got a second-year head coach, Mike DeGeorge, at the helm. They had a turnaround season last year, made it to the Big West semifinals for the first time in 11 seasons, and now, after sweeping Long Beach State last season, are looking to win back-to-back games on the road at Long Beach for the first time since 1960 through 62. Been a while since Cal Poly's been able to win back-to-back games here in the LBC. Long Beach State heading out on the floor in their home white uniforms. Their starting lineup, 3 guards, Rob Diaz, Cole Farrell, and Gavin Sykes. The 2 forwards, Leopold Levalon and Petar Majstorovic. For Cal Poly, they've got Jake Davis, Guzman Vasilic, and Petar Bondol as the first three guards in the starting lineup. It's listed as a full 5-guard starting lineup, but Hamad Musa and Caden Ward, both taller guards. Musa stands at 6'8", Ward stands at 6'6", so they both play more like forwards. Cal Poly is a team that has plenty of offense. They get down the floor and get shots up quickly, averaging just south of 82 points per game on the season. Cal Poly's in all black, their road uniforms with white numbers. Jump ball at center court. It's won by Leopold Levalon, so Long Beach State gets the first possession of this Big West Conference matchup. Rob Diaz moves across the timeline, looks for a pass, gives it on a bounce to the right wing for Levalon. He stands in a triple threat position, throws into the post for Petar Majstorovic. He goes back to the basket, to the right block, pump fake, goes up off the glass and in. Yep. Petar Majstorovic lays it through for the first 2 points.
That's too easy for him. He gets him right under the bucket and uses the rim kind of as a guard for him to go up.
Vasilic goes to the corner for Cal Poly. They set up their first possession. Now it goes up to the top for Ward. Drives to the right wing, steps back, passes back out for Davis. Swung to the left wing for Musa. He dishes off. Here's a 3 for Ward. No good from the right wing. Rebound goes to Petar Majstorovic. Outlet up to Cole Farrell onto the left wing. Farrell gets a screen from Majstorovic. Now Petar sets up in the post, but he dishes off to Levalon. Now down low to Majstorovic on the left block. 1 dribble, goes back to the basket, steps into the key, lays it up with a right hook, but no good. Rebound comes down for Petar Bondol. His outlet up to Musa. They swing to the corner again. Ward now all the way up to the top, throws it into the backcourt. Couldn't connect with Bondol, and the ball will bounce out of bounds. Cal Poly had no reason to even try to chase it down. There's going to be a backcourt violation either way. So they turn it over, and Long Beach gets the ball back ahead 2-0, 1 minute in.
Yeah, that's just a simple misread on that last play. Kind of threw it over, but not too much to worry about if you're the Mustangs. The game just started.
62 seconds off the clock, 2-0 Long Beach State. They pass it in from the right corner. Rob Diaz, the inbounder. Gavin Sykes, an off-ball screen, looking for space. And now the Beach are going to have to call timeout. Chris Acker yells out to Rob Diaz, saying to pass the ball. Not what Long Beach State wants there 62 seconds into the game to have to burn one of their 4 timeouts.
Yeah, that's got to be a quick design play right there. We had someone coming off the rim and going out to the perimeter, but he didn't give it up right away, and he didn't have many options after that.
Didn't look like a lot of urgency from the 4 that were on the floor to try and get open, and then Rob Diaz called the timeout. This is just a 30-second timeout. Long Beach State using their 30-second timeout within this first half. Of course, going into the second half, you can only take 3 timeouts with you, so it's typical to use 1 30-second at some point during this first half, but usually that'll be saved for later on when the clock is starting to wind down, not a minute and 2 seconds into the game.
Definitely didn't expect the timeout so soon, but One thing I've noticed so far is Majstorovic very aggressive underneath the rim so far, and if Long Beach wants to win, they're going to be looking to shove him in there.
Hamad Musa, the tallest player on the floor for Cal Poly at 6'8". That's even matching with Petar Majstorovic at 6'8". Leopold Levalon, the tallest player on the floor for the Beach at 6'9". So wouldn't be surprised to see the Beach try and play inside quite a bit today. That is how they usually try to operate. Long Beach State averaging 6.9 three-pointers made per game, a stark difference between Cal Poly's 10.8. Inbound goes to Rob Diaz on the right wing this time. It was Farrell inbounding. He finds Sykes curling to the top, just inside the three-point line. Sykes steps back, hesitates, now goes back to the basket on the left elbow. Steps once, takes a fadeaway jumper, air ball, deflects back out towards the corner before Davis tracks it down for Cal Poly. Moving across quickly, Bondel back out to Davis up top. Davis drives in, kicks to the right corner. Step back. Here's a triple for Bondel. He's no good off the back iron. Tip goes over to Cole Farrell. 5-on-4 for the Beach. He gets out to run. Screen up top. Farrell steps through, puts up a floater, and lays it in. Good move to step into the key and get some space. 4-0 Long Beach State. Cal Poly moves across fast again. They're going to be playing a quick brand of offense throughout this game. Vasilic drives in, puts it up off the glass. No good. Rebound comes down for Rob Diaz. Mustangs look uncomfortable here in the Gold Mine so far. Rob Diaz takes it across and keeps the ball himself. Levalon working for space in the post, but instead it goes to Majstorovic. He swings to Farrell on the right wing. Now looking down towards Levalon. He clears out in the right corner. Farrell drives in, kicks to the left corner. Rob Diaz pulls the triple. No good off the front of the rim. Rebound comes down for Davis again. Outlet goes up to Caden Ward. He drives right away on the other end. Goes to work on Sykes, and a jump ball gets called.
Yep.
Gavin Sykes able to get his hand in there and tie it up. No foul. Looked like that's what Ward was asking for, but instead it's a jump ball. We'll stay with Cal Poly from the baseline.
Great anticipation from Sykes. As soon as he picked it up, he knew he was going for the double step right there.
Jake Davis will be the inbounder, but now we have a whistle. Looks like there's some pushing within the painted area between the two number 10s, Hamad Musa and Cole Farrell. So the refs blew it dead. Now Majstorovic will go over there to guard Musa. Both listed at 6'8", but Musa certainly looks like he's got a couple inches of height advantage. Inbound goes to Musa in the short corner on the right side. Dribbles to the wing and dishes off to Vasilic. They swing it around. Now on the left side, it's Bondel. Bondel drives in, steps into the key, puts up a floater contested by Rob Diaz, and it's no good off the right side of the rim. Majstorovic flies in there for the rebound. Takes it across, dishes off to Gavin Sykes. Sykes dribbles with the left hand, finds Levalon up at the top. He spins, dribbles twice, hands off to Rob Diaz. Diaz on the left wing, guarded by Vasilic. Gives over to Gavin Sykes on the right side, halfway into the shot clock. Sykes gets a screen from Levalon. Gets the switch, now passes over to the corner from Majstorovic. He's driving baseline, puts it up off the glass. A strong finish from Petar Majstorovic. He's already got 4 points, and the Beach are ahead 6-0. Jake Davis on the other end, finding Bondel. They roll around to the corner. Now Ward with it, gives back to Bondel up top. Bondel picks up his dribble, goes all the way to the corner for Davis. He drives baseline with the left hand. His pass goes off the backboard and then out of bounds.
Wow.
Tried to skip the pass all the way to the other corner for Vasilic, but throws it right off the side of the backboard and out of bounds.
Cal Poly's forcing a lot of shots on the inside right now, not playing with too much urgency. I think they're trying to catch Long Beach off guard in the transition, but ultimately it just does not lead to buckets.
Looks like Cal Poly's asking for a review here. So there's going to be a challenge being issued by the Mustangs. Hard to see exactly what they would be challenging. Trying to look down at the replay monitors to see what they're looking at. Didn't look like that anybody from Long Beach was in the area to get a tip on that ball before it went out of bounds.
I don't think so, because it ended up off the backboard. I don't think anyone touched it after that.
Maybe they're going to contest that the ball was tipped right out of the hands of Davis before it went off the backboard. Cal Poly looking for an overturn here. Certainly so far, Alex, this Cal Poly offense has not looked settled in, almost like that they're uncomfortable in the different facility of the gold mine, which does make sense. It's a much more crammed area in here. There's all kinds of lines all over the floor from the kinesiology gym classes. This game had to be moved to the gold mine due to rain and leaking in the Walter Pyramid, as has happened quite a bit over these last couple of years.
Despite the confusion of the gold mine, I think I like the presence here with all the fans, and it's just a much more closer feel for the players and the fans as well, being so close to the court.
This gym is a throwback, was of course the Long Beach State Athletics home for many years before the Walter Pyramid got built. And that became the regular home in the 90s. Both teams heading back out. The officials still gathered together. Our three referees today, John Hampton, Irvin Wilson, and Glenn Mayberry. So they've stepped away from the monitors and now are just talking things over. Long Beach State 4-10 overall this season, 0-2 in Big West play. Cal Poly 6-9 overall, 2-1 in conference games. The officials now delivering an explanation to both coaches. And they are all staying down on the Cal Poly offensive side of the floor, so it does look like it's going to go back to Cal Poly. I believe it looks like that the ruling is going to be Rob Diaz tipped the ball straight out of the hands of Jake Davis as he went to pass it. So as the ball deflected off the backboard and straight out of bounds, it was Rob Diaz who touched it last. So Cal Poly will inbound from the sideline. Guzman Vasilic stands over there. Now we have another pause. The officials walk over and want to clarify the shot clock is going to 14 instead of a fresh 20. So now the shot clock is reset. We've got 16:55 to go in the first half. 6-0 Long Beach State. Cal Poly still looking for their first bucket. Inbound goes to Musa. Jab step up at the top, averaging 21.5 per game. Musa crosses over on Cole Farrell. Now drives, spins in the key, puts up a hook with the right hand. No good. Cole Farrell flies in for the rebound for Long Beach State. Beach up 6-0 back on the offensive end. Skip pass to the corner. Gavin Sykes pulls the three. No good. Barely kissed the front of the rim. Sykes already with an air ball, and now almost another one there. Hayden Ward across for Cal Poly. They swing along the top. Musa goes to the corner. Quick three for Davis. He knocks it down. Jake Davis has broken the scoring drought for the Mustangs. They still trail by 3.
Yeah, Jake Davis is a good perimeter shooter. 18%.
Cole Farrell goes over to Petar Majstorovic. Jab step on the right wing. Now he goes back to the basket, working on Ward. Spin move, jab step, steps through, lays it up and in. Heck of a move from Petar Majstorovic, and he's got 6 points early. Quick outlet for Cal Poly to the left corner for Vasilic. This Mustangs team not wasting any time getting their possessions going. Vasilic driving baseline, skip pass to the other corner. Davis pulls another three, no good. Majstorovic has the rebound and dumps right off to Cole Farrell. Looked at Rob Diaz for a moment, but didn't get the pass away. Farrell crosses over, gives back. Majstorovic pulls a triple from the left wing. No good, air ball, too strong, barely kissed the backboard before it went out of bounds. So Vasilic has it. Pass to the corner. Bondol looks for a pass, now goes back to the basket in the short corner on the left side. Pushing off for Rob Diaz, steps into the key, pump fake, throws it up with the right hand, no good. And Rob Diaz has the rebound. Good strong defense there from the Beach point guard. Diaz moves right across. Cal Poly Humboldt transfer. Skip pass to the right corner. Gavin Sykes hesitates, doesn't let the shot go, so now he's dribbling on the right wing. Calls for a clear out, now gets a screen, or actually Avalon just gets a pass up top. One dribble and now trying to hand off to Cole Farrell. He gets it there. Sets a screen. Farrell crosses over on the left wing. Working on Davis. Drives into the key. Takes the mid-range jumper. No good off the back iron. Rebound comes down for Vasilic. Leopold Levelon went down, so a brief 5-on-4, but Cal Poly doesn't take advantage. Pass over to the left wing. Now they swing it to the corner for Davis. Davis right back down low for Musa. He threw it up off the glass, but a foul is going to be called against the Long Beach State. A block goes against the Beach, and we hit the sub-16 media timeout.
Yeah, I think Sykes was just trying to strip that ball in midair, but ended up catching the arm instead and got the foul.
8-3, Long Beach State, 5 minutes into this first half, and we hit the media timeout on 22 West Radio. Just over 5 minutes into this first half, Long Beach State ahead of Cal Poly 8-3. This Mustangs offense, Alex, is a team that you can expect to score a lot of points very quickly, but they're 1 for 8 from the field to begin this one.
Yeah, Bondo's been kind of forcing some shots on the inside, but we got to credit Majstorovic on the inside as well, playing defense, especially right under the bucket. That's where they're trying to get those floaters off the glass, but ultimately it has not been working due to our defense.
Cal Poly shoots 43% as a team, but as I said, 1 for 8 to begin this game. 3-pointer from Jake Davis, the only bucket so far for the Mustangs. For Long Beach State, Petr Majstorovic already with 6 points. It's 8-3 as the timeout now is breaking. Both teams ready to resume play. For Long Beach State, this is their first conference game since all the way back in early December. They were the one team in the Big West with a bye on New Year's Day. That was when Cal Poly played against UC San Diego at home and won that game by 2 points. All 3 of the Big West games Cal Poly's played so far have been decided by 4 points or less. So they've gotten used to close games so far. Cal Poly inbounding from the baseline underneath Long Beach's basket. Inbound from Musa. He gets the ball right back. Now takes a triple from the left wing and gets it to go. Hamad Musa is the leading scorer for the Mustangs at 21 points a game. And now he's on the board with his first 3. Isaiah Lewis checked in for Long Beach State. He's handling the ball at the top. Goes over to Gavin Sykes. Now to Shea Johnson Jr., another new sub for Long Beach. Shea Johnson back to Gavin Sykes. Sets the screen. Sykes hesitates up at the top. Crosses over through the legs. Now goes to Tchaikovsky on the right wing. J.J. Tchaikovsky takes a couple dribbles. Finds Shaq Bender. Bender takes 1 dribble. Back to Tchaikovsky. Goes down low for Shea Johnson. Spin move. Lost the ball. Getting triple teamed. 2 on the shot clock. And they're going to call a travel as Shea Johnson went to the ground. Lost his footing in the post.
Yeah, he ended up with a triple team down there right underneath the bucket. There was plenty of players open on the perimeter, but it's kind of hard when you got 3 other players on you.
Beach now in a press. Cal Poly inbounds to Caden Ward in the backcourt. Beach back out of it. Ward able to run right past Shaq Bender, but he recovers. Now Ward drives on Bender, steps through some contact, puts it up and gets a foul. Can't knock down the layup, but it'll be 2 free throws for Caden Ward.
Yeah, Cal Poly just kind of made it more simple for Caden Ward right there, driving down the lane, trying to draw a foul, nothing too crazy. If they keep on playing simple like that, they'll be able to knock down some more shots and catch up to Long Beach.
Ward is a 71% free throw shooter this season. One of a 3-headed monster of sophomores for this Mustangs team as he misses the first free throw. It's Ward that's 3rd in scoring at 15.5 points per game. Their leader, Hamad Musa, at 21. And then second is Petr Bondol, the point guard, at 16.1 points per game. Ward's second free throw is good, so he goes 1 for 2 on that trip to the line. Beach still ahead 8-7 as they get the ball back with 14 minutes to go in the first half. Isaiah Lewis up at the top. Shea Johnson sets an off-ball screen for Sykes. Now Sykes sets a screen for Lewis. Moves over to the left wing. Lewis now gives it on a bounce to Gavin Sykes. Sykes on the right wing, guarded by Musa. Tchaikovsky sets him a screen, then clears out. 1-on-1 for Gavin Sykes on the right wing. Passes to Tchaikovsky as he was ready to cut. Almost a turnover. Isaiah Lewis gets it on the left side. Sets a screen. 4. Lewis hesitates. Drives right in. Layup through some contact. Is in. Plus a foul. Isaiah Lewis with a quality, strong finish. Low in the shot clock. Only 1 second left on the shot clock as he got it to go. So Lewis makes something out of a nothing possession, and he'll go to the free throw line to try and make it a 3-point play.
And that's the effect of a perfect pump fake at the 3. You get your defender jumping, go down the lane, a little tiny sky hook off the glass, and right in for a chance for a 3-point play.
Right through the contact. Isaiah Lewis now steps up to the free throw line. 77% on the year from the stripe. His free throw up and bounces hard off the back iron, but then falls. Shooter's touch from Isaiah Lewis. So Long Beach State ahead 11-7. Cal Poly back on the attack. They swing the pass along the wing. Osron back over, now to the right corner. It's Davis. He drives baseline on Majstorovic, lays it up with the left hand and gets it to go. Majstorovic got turned around off a pump fake from Davis in the corner. Long Beach up 11-9. Majstorovic up top over to Sykes on the left wing. Sets the screen. Majstorovic now gets open in the post. Pass goes down to him from Shea Johnson. Hook shot from Majstorovic is good. He's up to 8 already as the Beach are ahead 13-9. Quick pass up to Osron in the right corner. Back to Davis on the right wing for Cal Poly. And they swing to Musa up top. He goes over to Osron, hands it right back. Musa gets a screen. Now goes to work on Shea Johnson on the right wing. Has the ISO. And a foul will be called against Shea Johnson as he reached and created some contact.
Just got a little eager there, but ultimately a good effort.
Cal Poly now will make a sub. Guzman Vasilic comes back in. Jake Davis goes to the bench for the first time. Vasilic, the native of Montevideo, Uruguay. Gavin Sykes also checks out for the Beach. Rob Diaz comes back on the floor. The officials have some one-on-one words for Shea Johnson before the ball will be inbounded again.
Good thing with
This is a new one here. Chris Acker being told by the official to get Shea Johnson Jr. out of the game. And Chris Acker will oblige. DMX will come in. Still talking with him here. Shea Johnson is going to the bench. That's not something that I've particularly seen before, Alex. It's like the official wanted to avoid a tech, so just told him to get taken out. It's not like it was a fire discussion. Musa straight on three, no good. Rebound goes to Rob Diaz. Interesting there. DMX now in the game for Long Beach State. Rob Diaz on the right wing with a 4-point lead for the Beach. Majstorovic sets a screen, then rolls around to the top and gets the pass. Swings over to Lewis on the left side. Lewis jab step, now drives with the left hand. Takes the mid-range jumper, falling out of bounds. It's an air ball. Too strong beyond the rim. Outlet goes all the way up to Osron. He steps through the paint, puts it up, and gets rejected by DMX. Ball goes over to the left corner, is tracked down by Musa. He keeps it inbounds. Musa now drives on Rob Diaz, throws up a hook shot, no good. Tipped around and then secured by DMX. So after he came off the bench, wasn't even the plan for the Beach. A couple impactful plays for DMX, the block and then a tough rebound there. Isaiah Lewis on the other end goes to Rob Diaz up top, screened by Majstorovic. He crosses over, kicks to the corner from Lewis. He pump fakes, gets his defender off the ground, drives into the key, steps through, throws it up with the left hand off the glass and good. A quality finish from Isaiah Lewis as he's got 5 already. Quickly on the other end, driving in, Ward kicks out to the wing. 3 is good for Guzman Vasilic from the left wing. Had some space off the quick dribble and kick from Caden Ward.
Vasilic is going to be dangerous from the perimeter, shooting 33% this season.
Right wing, Petar Majstorovic now goes back to the basket just inside the 3-point line. They give a spin move, and then he throws it out of bounds. Tried to go for Rob Diaz in the left corner, but couldn't find him. Beach turn it over as we hit the sub-12 media timeout. Cal Poly will get the ball back, 15-12. Long Beach State ahead, 11.5 to go in the first half. So we'll be right back on 22 West Radio. Timeout breaks. It's 15-12. Long Beach State. Cal Poly with the ball. 11 minutes and 29 seconds left in the first half. Inbounder is Luka Tarluch. He gets it right back in the backcourt and then swings over to Petar Bondol. Bondol on a bounce to Mahmoud. Now they swing it along the wing. Handoff back to Musa. Musa takes a straight on three. Gets fouled. The shot's no good, but it's going to be 3 free throws. Cole Farrell got in the landing area and bumped his hip. So Hamad Musa will go to the free throw line. An 84% free throw shooter getting 3.
Yeah, this is a good opportunity for them when you got a free throw shooter as high of a percentage as him at 84. Anytime you go to the free throw line, you're going to be guaranteed some extra points.
21 points per game so far this season for Musa. First shot up and good. It's a pretty good story. Transferred in from Dayton last year with Dayton. Only played 20 games, 7.6 minutes per game. So it's not really an impact player. Musa's one of only 2 players in Division I this season, originally from Qatar. He makes the second free throw. Played for the Qatar national team in the 2024 Asia Cup qualifying tourney. As he's gotten to Cal Poly this year, has earned the nickname Moose and has immediately made a huge impact.
7-foot wingspan.
You can see he's lengthy. I think the 6'8" listing is underselling his height as well, just off my own eye test.
Yep.
He's going to sub out after he makes all 3 free throws. Caden Ward back into the game for Cal Poly. 15-15, all tied with 11 minutes and 11 seconds to go in the first half. Rob Diaz across the timeline. Majstorovic clears out to the right wing. Diaz now crosses over and passes to Majstorovic. He drives, getting doubled in the right corner. Now steps back and goes back to a one-on-one. Pass goes to Rob Diaz. He steps to the right wing off a screen from Majstorovic. Drives into the key, steps through, puts it up off the glass. No good. Ball tipped up in the air. DMX trying to track it down, but it goes out of bounds in the right corner. And it will go back to Long Beach State, I believe. It's good pressure from DMX to chase that ball all the way into the corner. It will be beach ball as it went out of bounds off of Caden Ward.
Yeah, great effort from DMX. They're not giving up on the play as it was tipped over to the right corner.
Rob Diaz inbounding from that right corner. Still not getting a pass in. Needs to get it away, and it's a 5-second violation. It's the same situation we saw early on in the game when Diaz was inbounding in the right corner and had to call timeout. This time no timeout gets called, and the Beach turn it over.
And, you know, the problem with having Diaz as the inbounder, he's a lot smaller than the rest of the players on the court. So when they try to cover him on the inbound, it is difficult to get a pass off.
Gavin Sykes and Leopold Levelon back in the game for the Beach. DMX and Shaq Bender head off. So after the turnover, Rob Diaz is staying on the floor. In the backcourt, Caden Ward taking it up for Cal Poly. Gavin Sykes defends him at the top. Pass goes over to the left wing, then he gets it right back. Now swung over to Bondol on the right wing. Screen. Then he swings to the corner. Davis driving baseline with the left hand. Picks up his dribble. Hands off underneath him. Musa, he puts it up, but no good. Ball tipped out to the wing, and the rebound secured by Gavin Sykes. Levelon streaming down the lane. Instead, Sykes goes to Rob Diaz. He drives right in, throws it up, but it's waved off. It's an offensive foul against the Beach. As Diaz had space, they're going to call Leopold Levelon for a hold within the painted area.
Yeah, Levelon just trying to box him out and get Rob Diaz an open lane, but ultimately held him a little too long, Bruce.
That lane was too open, and the officials called a foul against the true freshman Levelon. Ball goes back to Cal Poly, all tied 15-15, just about halfway through this first half. Bondol across for Cal Poly, gets a screen from Musa. Crosses over on Cole Farrell, drives to the right block, now goes to the corner. Davis swings up top, now to Musa. Musa steps back, straight on 3, high in the air, barely kissed the front of the rim. Now the ball on the ground, they're tied up. Level on with Ward. They're going to call a jump ball. There's some ferocious activity from both those guys there as they went to the floor. Ball will go back to Long Beach State as they have the possession arrow.
A good effort from both. It's hard when you come down with a player and the ball at the same time. You don't know whether to place your hands for the fall or just keep holding on.
Long Beach State with the ball back. They've lost the lead that they held for most of this first half, but Cal Poly still hasn't gone ahead. It's all tied 15-15. Beach with 3 turnovers in the last 2 minutes. They'll try and clean it up on the offensive end here. Rob Diaz to Gavin Sykes, handed right back. Diaz gets a screen from Levelon, moves to the left wing, then goes to Sykes up top. Sykes driving, gets 2 defenders in the area and gets a foul. Nice work from Gavin Sykes to draw some contact as he just threw it up, but he's going to get 2 free throws.
Yeah, the thing with Sykes, when he's coming downhill, he attracts a lot of attention. He's got his own gravity down there. So when two players go up, he's going to go up into them as well and get the foul every single time.
I imagine for the Mustangs with those two defenders in the area, you'd be hoping for some straight-up defense and to not get a foul call. Said it's 2 free throws for Gavin Sykes. He hits the first one. Sykes is one of the top 10 scoring freshmen in the nation. 8 20-point games this year. An 81% free throw shooter, as he's been fantastic as a true freshman for the Beach.
Yeah, as a true freshman, you got a lot of expectations coming into this squad, but he's definitely exceeded them this season over these past few games.
Second free throw rimmed out, so he's 1 for 2. Streaming down the lane, Osron with plenty of space, and he lays it up and in. A blown assignment for the Beach in transition on defense. Gives Cal Poly their first lead at 17-16. Mastorovich to the right wing for Cole Farrell. Beach back on offense. Farrell up top for Levelon after he picked up his dribble. Levelon one dribble, hands off to Diaz. Diaz crosses over on Osron, then goes over to Farrell. Farrell up at the top. 4 defenders in the area. Goes to Gavin Sykes. Screen from Mastorovich. Sykes hesitates. Takes a long 3. Couple steps beyond the 3-point line. And he knocks it down. Nice long-range shot from Gavin Sykes. After his 1 free throw got him on the board, he's now got 4. Davis on the right wing for Cal Poly. Drives on Mastorovich, picks up his dribble in the paint, and gets it pulled loose. It's a steal for Cole Farrell. 2-on-3 for the Beach. Farrell drives and slams it down. Oh, my goodness. A poster for Cole Farrell. Woo! Farrell stands only 6'5", slammed it right on top of the 6'8" Hamad Musa. And that has a buzz in the gold mine. That's SC top 10 material right there for Cole Farrell. What a dunk for the Beach guard. Back on the other end, a defense chant as the crowd's revitalized. It's a steal for Rob Diaz. Nobody between him and the basket. Diaz lays it up and in. A timeout called by Cal Poly as the Beach have taken a 6-point lead, and Cole Farrell's getting mobbed by his teammates.
Cole Farrell absolutely switching the tone here in the gold mine. Everyone's up, getting lively. A single dunk can change the entire attitude of a game and how the game plays out.
My goodness, Cole Farrell. Look for that highlight later on. 23-17, the Beach back ahead by 6 as they're on a 7-0 run. 8:32 to go in the first half on 22 West Radio. Goldmine is buzzing after that dunk from Cole Farrell. Big-time posterizer, the best highlight that pretty much we've seen all season from Long Beach State. Big play there. Cal Poly with the ball back after their 30-second timeout. 8.5 minutes left in the first half. Long Beach up by 6. Taking across, Petter Bondel onto the right wing for the Mustangs. He gives down into the post for Osron. Ali Osron back to the basket. Pump fakes a couple times. Now steps up to the top and hands off to Davis. Davis gets a screen, goes to Osron driving. He lays it up, gets a foul. Couldn't finish, but he'll get 2 free throws. Nice pick and roll action that time between Davis and Osron to get him a shot.
Yeah, when you get 2 defenders up front, you roll down, you have that wide open shot there, and that's a good gravitational pull over there on the 3-point line to get that open lane.
Petter Mastorovich was able to get there and prevent an easy layup. Ali Osron, a 58% free throw shooter. First one no good, strong off the back iron. Couple subs come in for Cal Poly. Guzman Vasilic alongside Luka Tarluch. Jake Davis to the bench with Petter Bondel. Second free throw from the freshman forward, Ali Osron. Nails out of Cairo, Egypt. No good off the front of the rim, so he goes 0 for 2. Misses them both. Long Beach still on a 7-0 run over the last minute plus. Gavin Sykes crosses over up top, steps through, passes down low from Mastorovich, but it gets stolen. Guzman Vasilic able to get a tip, and then he tracks it down in the corner. Luka Tarlic takes it across, hands off to Vasilic. Vasilic on the left wing now passes over to Ward on the right side. Ward down low, has his pass picked off by Rob Diaz. The crowd is into it here in the gold mine ever since that dunk from Cole Farrell. Got some cheers on another steal for Diaz. 23-17 Beach, under 8 to go in the first half. Mastorovich up at the top, over to Gavin Sykes on the left side. He drives onto the elbow, spin move, throws up a hook shot, no good off the left side of the rim. Shea Johnson Jr. tied up, and it'll be a foul on the offensive glass against the Beach.
Yeah, I reached too far in for that one. That one was an obvious foul, but Rob Diaz with 2 steals in a short amount of time. That really translates to those buckets down the lane in transition.
Long Beach holding Cal Poly to a 2-minute and 11-second scoring drought. It's a 6-point lead for the Beach, 7.5 to go in the first half on 22 West Radio. (23-17) Long Beach State. They're ahead of Cal Poly here. 7 minutes and 34 seconds left in the first half. It's the Beach on a 7-0 run over the last minute 46 as they've been playing with some energy.
Yeah, Cal Poly has really been kind of damaging themselves here down the lane. If I'm Long Beach right now, I'm allowing them to make their own mistakes and not rushing my defense.
Cal Poly still shooting only 29% from the field compared to the Beach's 53. It's a 1-and-1 at the free throw line for Cal Poly after a timeout a foul sent us into the break. Ali Azran taking the free throw. He puts it up and in. Azran had missed his last 2 free throws, but this time he makes it.
58% from the stripe.
Second free throw coming from Ali Azran. The freshman goes 2 for 2 this time. So the scoring run for Long Beach State is broken, and Azran cuts the lead down to 4. Petr Majstorovic inbounds to Rob Diaz. Long Beach back on the offensive end. Even 7 minutes and 30 seconds left in the first half. Shea Johnson Jr. up top. Majstorovic working for space in the high post. Instead, the pass goes to Rob Diaz. He crosses over, drives, spins, lost it momentarily, then gets a pass away to the corner. It's tipped out of bounds by Tarlich. It was a nice job by Rob Diaz just to not turn that thing over as he lost it on a spin move in the paint.
Yeah, good athletic play from him, just recognizing that he was falling out, trying to get over one of his teammates.
Diaz inbounds from the sideline, gets this one in before a 5-second violation. Gets it right back. Diaz drives to the left block, swings a pass all the way across the floor, and it gets tipped out of bounds again. He'll save with Long Beach from the other sideline. Pass it in from the right wing.
Same thing here, but Sykes is open there on that 3. If he does make that pass, Sykes is most likely going to knock it down from the corner.
That was the vision for Rob Diaz. Pass just didn't get through. Shea Johnson Jr. gets the inbound. 2 to shoot. Cole Farrell handoff. Takes it straight on. No good off the back iron. Ahmad Musa with the rebound for Cal Poly. Outlet to Tarlich. He finds Davis on the other end. Now Musa gets it up top. Back to Davis on the left wing. Pulls a long 3 and knocks it down. Nothing but nylon. Jake Davis, the junior guard, with a clean 3-pointer. And the Beach lead is down to 1. Good Mustang reset out of the timeout. 23-22 Beach. Gavin Sykes on the left wing. Shea Johnson Jr. up top. Down low for Majstorovic. He puts it up and in. Shea Johnson Jr. with a good pass to find the open Majstorovic right underneath the basket. Beach lead back to 3. 6.5 left in the first half. Vasilic up top. Hands off to Musa. Now over to Davis. Davis drives. Hands off, but gets it poked loose. Ball goes over to Musa. Now Musa gets called for a travel as he picked up his dribble just inside the three-point line, had his pivot foot move. He didn't like the call, but everybody else agreed with it. Long Beach gets the ball back ahead by 3 with 6:19 remaining.
Yeah, that's good defense from Cole Farrell there. Coming up behind him, trying to get that stop from the open lane, and ultimately got a turnover.
25-22 Long Beach State. Isaiah Lewis hands off to Gavin Sykes. Lewis off-ball screen from Majstorovic. He works for space. Instead, Sykes passes back to Lewis. Almost lost the ball. Good active defense from Tarlich, but Lewis keeps it. Shea Johnson Jr. rolls to the basket. Lewis up top gets a switch onto Musa. He steps back. 10 on the shot clock. Chris Acker yelling from the sideline. Majstorovic gets it. Now steps through on the right wing. Majstorovic, 5 to shoot. Steps through a defender. Pump fake. Goes up. Highly contested. Mid-range shot. No good. Fading away. Not a good offensive possession that time for the Beach. Outlet goes all the way up to Vasilic. They swing it around. Davis goes to the corner. Driving Bondel. And a foul gets called against Gavin Sykes. A block as Bondel drove from the corner.
Yeah, like I mentioned before the timeout, Bruce, if I'm Long Beach, I want to let them make their own mistakes. So far, they've been doing that in the beginning of this half, but ultimately they kind of stopped doing that right now.
Petter Bondel to shoot a 1-and-1. Cal Poly still in the bonus with 18 fouls against Long Beach State.
87% from the stripe going into this game.
Bondel's first shot up and no good. He misses the first half of the 1-and-1. Shea Johnson Jr. with the rebound for the Beach. Isaiah Lewis takes it across, still a 3-point lead. Passes over to Shaq Bender on the right wing. Bender back to Lewis up top. Guarded by Tarlich. Now skip pass all the way to Farrell. Long two, just inside the 3-point line. He gets it to go. Cole Farrell playing with some confidence in this first half. Long Beach ahead by 5. Tarlich on the other end. Hands off to Bondel. Swung over to Davis. Now to Musa. Back to Bondel up top. Bondel gets a screen on the right side. Crossover, but lost the handle. Tracks it down just in front of the half-court line. Musa rolling to the basket. Bondel steps back just inside the 3-point line. Back out for Tarlich. Tarlich drives around to the right block. Spin move. Throws it up with the left hand. No good. Barely kissed the rim. Then it deflects out of bounds off of Caden Ward. Long Beach gets the ball back after a strong defensive possession. 5 minutes and 1 second to go in the half.
Great effort from Majstorovic over there. Down low underneath the basket. Trying to force Bondel to throw up a shot there.
27-22 Beach. Isaiah Lewis up at the top. Gives to Majstorovic. Majstorovic looks for a pass. Bender working for space. Gets it on the left wing. Bender now up top. Hesitates. Drives into the paint. Throws up a floater with the right hand. No good off the glass. Offensive rebound for Johnson Jr. And then he gets a foul as he goes back up. Good strong work on the offensive glass for Shea Johnson Jr. Now he'll go to the free throw line.
Johnson Jr., another great effort there on the offensive glass. Earning himself a shot at the stripe.
Shea Johnson Jr., the San Diego State transfer, steps up to the free throw line here. He's 0 for 2 from the stripe this season, averaging 16.3 minutes per game. Banks this one in. So Shea Johnson Jr., clearly not the Beach's best free throw shooter. Put it strong off the glass, but the bank is open. He'll shoot a second.
Number 27 rated center by 24/7 Sports.
It was all the way back when he was
school.
recruited out of high school by Chris Acker when he was an assistant at San Diego State. Johnson Jr. gets the second free throw to fall as well. So it's a 7-point lead for the Beach. Davis drives baseline, and a foul gets called again against the Beach. It's Shea Johnson Jr. who was guarding him in the corner. So it'll be another 1-and-1, this time for Jake Davis of the Mustangs.
Yeah, Long Beach has got to stop reaching here, especially when Cal Poly's driving into the paint, because that's where Cal Poly's getting most of their foul calls.
This will be the 11th free throw for Cal Poly in this game. They've made 6 of them. Davis hits the first one. Jake Davis is a junior transfer from West Valley College, first-year Mustang. They're with West Valley last season. Shot just north of 50% from long range. Second free throw rims around and falls, so Davis hits them both. 29-24 Beach, 4 minutes and 35 seconds left in the half. Isaiah Lewis up top. Cole Farrell rolls up to the top, gets the pass. Now he gives it on a bounce to Bender on the right wing. Bender, couple jab steps, now takes the three, no good. Couldn't get it to fall. Rebound for Osron, and he hands it right back to Davis, who takes it across. Davis crossing over on the right wing, goes to work on Tchaikovsky, steps back to the wing, now drives along the baseline, picked up his dribble, and gets called for a travel.
Wow.
Had Tchaikovsky way up in the air, came down hard right on top of Davis. Cal Poly's whole bench erupted looking for a foul, but instead it's a travel and a turnover against Jake Davis.
A good idea for the stop, getting Majstorovic right over him over the shoulder, but ultimately couldn't keep his feet grounded and got the travel call.
There's Tchaikovsky there defending. Majstorovic checks back in for him now. 29-24, 4 minutes left in the half. Rob Diaz on the right wing. Majstorovic clears out to the high post. Sets up looking for a pass. Rob Diaz picks up his dribble, getting hounded, and he finds Lewis just in front of the half-court line. Pass right back to Diaz. Now goes to Majstorovic in the right corner. Driving baseline, getting triple-teamed. He steps through. Now they clear out. Bounce pass to Shea Johnson. Puts it in, plus a foul. Nice work from Petar Majstorovic to step out of the triple team and find his big man underneath the basket. Shea Johnson Jr. will go to the free throw line again with a chance for a three-point play after the break.
Majstorovic pulling 3 players over to that side, so that way Johnson Jr. would be in there for a clean shot.
Was all by himself underneath the basket, and Majstorovic got it to him. 31-24, Long Beach State ahead by 7 as we hit the final media timeout of the first half on 22 West Radio. Under 4 minutes to go in the first half. It's Long Beach State with a 31-24 lead. Shea Johnson going to the free throw line for one shot after his and one chance. Shea Johnson playing in his 14th game this season. Spent the last 3 years on the San Diego State bench. Redshirted in 21, played 9 games in that 22 season that the Aztecs made it to the national championship game. Free throw up and no good off the back iron, so he can't convert the and one chance. Shea Johnson transferred up here to play again with Chris Acker. Of course, Acker was an assistant on that San Diego State team that made it to the national championship game. Caden Ward on the other end, driving right in strong, puts it up off the glass, no good, tipped on the baseline, and it goes out of bounds off of Ali Osron. He didn't like the call, but the ball goes back to Long Beach State.
Good defense, allowing Ward to get crowded up on the way up to the glass. Ultimately wasn't able to knock it down.
31-24, Lewis gets a screen. Now the whistle blows as the shot clock was not started. Good catch by the official before the play got too deep. The Beach will pass it in from the sideline once they get the shot clock sorted out. 31-24 is the Beach lead. 3 minutes and 31 seconds to go in the first half.
So Moose is going to be out here. Luka Tarlich coming in.
Long Beach State looking for their first conference win of the season. Of course, they lost the last 15 games of the year last season. So it's been a long drought since Long Beach won a Big West game. Jack Bender, the inbounder from the sideline, goes all the way into the backcourt for Isaiah Lewis. 25 seconds on the shot clock. Shea Johnson Jr. sets a screen. Lewis on the left wing goes on a bounce to Majstorovic. Short corner on the left side. Now he goes back to the basket on Davis. Pushes strong, and that's an offensive foul against Petar Majstorovic. Lowered the left shoulder, and Jake Davis might have sold it a bit. Majstorovic looks over in confusion, but it's a turnover for the Beach.
Yeah, he couldn't quite get around Davis, so he extended the arm trying to push him off, but the ref saw it before it could happen.
When you see that elbow extend, that's usually the tell. Cal Poly with the ball back, trailing by 7. Jake Davis will take it up after drawing the foul. Majstorovic guarding him up at the top. Now pass over to the left wing, gets it right back. They swing over to Bondel. Bondel screen on the left side from Ozron. Now goes to the corner and gets it right back. Bondel up at the top, crosses over on Shea Johnson, swings over to Davis on the left wing. He drives in, picks up his dribble, back out to Bondel up top, straight on 3, no good, rims out. Isaiah Lewis elevates for the rebound. He takes it across quickly himself. Lewis up at the top, crosses over behind the back again, steps back to the 3-point line. Majstorovic screen on the right side. Lewis gets the switch onto Ozron. Majstorovic height advantage in the high post. Instead, the pass goes to Bender on the right wing. Bender drives baseline. Down low, Majstorovic lays it up and in. Good find from Shaq Bender on the assist, and the Beach lead is out to 9. Other end, Musa goes to the corner. Ozron up top. Ward gets a screen, steps back, takes a long 3. Good contest from Shea Johnson Jr. causes an air ball. Majstorovic with the rebound for Long Beach State. Rob Diaz moves on to the left wing, picks up his dribble. Majstorovic gets it up top, goes over to Bender. 22 seconds on the shot clock, 2 minutes and 10 seconds on the game clock. Bender drives in, goes up strong from the right block, and gets a foul. Shaq Bender couldn't hit the layup, but he'll get 2 shots from the free throw line.
Bender has really been favoring that right side over there down low in the paint, and he keeps on getting those foul calls, so I wouldn't shy away from it if I was Bender as well.
The Manhattan transfer will step up to the free throw line now. Graduate student with a 79% free throw percentage this year. First one rattles and falls. That's Shaq Bender's first point of the game. Mass wave of subs coming in for Long Beach State now. J.J. Tchaikovsky, Cole Farrell, and Derek Michael Xaviero all off the bench.
Went 32-1 as a sophomore, playing for Mount Sac. Only 1 loss in that season, that championship season, I should say.
Second free throw, no good off the back iron. Tips around, and Ali Ozron comes away with the rebound for Cal Poly. Petar Bondel takes it up. 10-point lead for Long Beach State as we eclipse 2 minutes left in the first half. Bondel passes over, handed off to Davis. Now up top, Ozron gets it, hands to Musa. Musa rolls around into the high post area, passes, then gets it back. 10 on the shot clock. Musa working on Derek Michael Xaviero. Crosses over, drives with the left hand, steps in, hook shot with the right hand, and then he gets a foul. There's a scoop right underneath DMX, and he hit his arm as he went up. So it's going to be 2 free throws for Hamad Musa.
Yeah, you got to move off him and let him do that scoop shot. There was no way it was going in regardless. So you got to play off of that and let him make his own mistake there at the bucket.
Cal Poly to shoot 2 free throws. They're 8 for 12 from the line as a team. Musa 3 for 3.
84% free throw shooter coming into this game as he puts another one in.
Musa's the leading scorer for this Cal Poly unit. Today it's Jake Davis with the most points for the Mustangs. 10 for the junior guard as he checks out. Guzman Vasilic back in the game for the Mustangs. Second free throw from Musa up and good, so he makes them both. Now he'll check out with Luka Tarlich coming back in. 34-26, Long Beach ahead by 8. Rob Diaz will bring it up off the inbound from Tchaikovsky. 1:40 left in the half. Shaq Bender rolls to the left wing, gets the pass. Wanted to foul, but doesn't get it. Now Xaviero rolling. Pass goes to him, but it gets tipped out of bounds by the Mustangs. So Long Beach will keep possession from the baseline.
Great recognition from Tarluch on that pick and roll there. Long Beach has been doing it all day long, but this time he was able to recognize it before the pass was even thrown.
Rob Diaz, the inbounder from the baseline, looking for a pass, running out of time again, and then he just lobs it towards Bender. Beach struggling on their inbound plays in this half. Tchaikovsky over to the right wing for Farrell. Farrell drives in strong, goes to the ground. Now he's tied up with a couple Mustangs, and it's going to be a jump ball. Cole Farrell tried to split through Luka Tarlich, but he stood in there and sent him to the ground. Minute and 23 seconds left in the half. Long Beach still ahead by 8, and Cal Poly gets the ball back.
Once again, Luka Tarlich anticipating the play before it even happens, and he got him stuffed up right there down the lane.
Couple of spots to be wiped up in the key after 3 bodies went down. Now we're ready to go. Inbound goes to Bondel, and he gives it right back to Velicevic. Up at the top, pass goes to Bondel. He gets it right back. Now Bondel up top, gets it picked off. Rob Diaz read the play. Over on the other end, throws up a lob. Shea Johnson Jr. slams it right down. The Beach are playing highlight reels in this half. On the other end, here's a triple from Musa. It's a wedgie. Cal Poly can't knock down the 3 on the other end. What an alley-oop it was off of Rob Diaz's steal. He threw a perfect lob in the 2-on-1, and Shea Johnson Jr. finished it nicely.
Rob Diaz with his 3rd steal of the game. He's been getting these steals in big moments so far, and it's working well for Long Beach.
Diaz had come off the bench in the first 13 games of the season, and now making his 2nd straight start, playing well in this game. Cole Farrell on the left wing, Beach ahead by 10, under a minute to go in the half. Farrell crosses over up top, drives, goes back to the basket, passes back to the top for Bender. Bender spin move in the key, throws up a floater, no good off the back iron. High-pointed rebound for Ward. Caden Ward brings it across himself up top, hesitates, gets a pass right back after he let it go. Spin move, getting doubled, pass up top, picked off by Farrell. Here goes Cole Farrell in transition. He slams it home. Cole Farrell's 2nd dunk of the first half extends the Long Beach lead to 12. The shot clock is off, and Cal Poly will hold for the last shot. 17 seconds on the game clock. Long Beach ahead 38-26. The Mustangs shooting only 26% from the field in this half. Up top with Petter Bondel. Bondel almost lost it into the backcourt, now getting doubled up top. He gets it poked loose into the backcourt. They track it down. Austin Good, a near half-court shot, no good. So Cal Poly can't get anything going on their last possession. Long Beach will head into the halftime break with a 38-26 lead.
Great defense from Long Beach State to end the half here, getting a steal from Rob Diaz that translates to a Cole Farrell dunk once again.
Cal Poly did not hit a single shot from the field in the final 6 minutes and 54 seconds of that first half. Really, by all accounts, this is the best first half Long Beach State has played all season against a really good team in Cal Poly that's 2-1 to begin their season of conference play. It's all Beach here in this first half. Dunks, great defense, a lot of steals. Long Beach State playing their best basketball of the year.
Definitely, Bruce. And as I said before the game, I was looking for Long Beach to keep that momentum from the last win, especially in the first half. They shot 50% in the first half from last game, and today they're shooting a good clip as well. They're up 38-26 in this first half, so hopefully that'll give them a little more wiggle room in the second half to play with.
Beach shooting 53% from the field. They only needed 1 made 3-pointer in this entire first half to take a 12-point lead into the break. Petar Majstorovic with 12 points and Cole Farrell with 8. So we'll take a break on 22 West Radio and be back for the second half coming up shortly, once again on 22 West Radio. Second half getting underway momentarily. Long Beach State and Cal Poly in some Big West men's basketball action here in the Gold Mine. It's the Beach with a 38-26 lead through the first half. Alex, it was all Beach through the first 20 minutes.
What I really like about Long Beach's play today is the distribution of points. I know we talked about it before the game. You know, last game they had 5 players within double digits here. Majstorovic, 12 points. Cole Farrell, 8. Gavin Sykes, 4. Isaiah Lewis, 5. And Shea Johnson Jr. at 6. So when you don't have Majstorovic pulling all the weight, it's a lot easier for Long Beach State to get the ball rolling.
Long Beach State up by 12. That was probably their best played half of basketball throughout the entire season. They shot 53% from the field while holding Cal Poly to a 25% field goal rate, 6 for 24 from the field for the Mustangs. And that is really a surprise given how high-powered this Mustangs offense usually is. They average 82 points per game, which is far higher than Long Beach's 75. And going in, the expectation was that Long Beach State has struggled on defense all season, the lowest opponent field goal percentage against them in the entire Big West. But that script has been completely flipped today. It's Long Beach who's shooting efficiently, and the Mustangs have struggled to get anything going on offense.
Yeah, I think the difference here, too, is Cal Poly is playing rushed and Long Beach is playing aggressive. You know, both of them are fast, but one of them is controlled. So it's just a difference in pace for Long Beach here and a lot more organization that we've seen in this first half.
Have to give a lot of credit, too, to the fans in the Gold Mine. There's been some good, consistent energy for Long Beach State. And the Beach have also done their part in providing that energy. 3 different dunks in the first half, 2 of them from Cole Farrell, one of those being one of the biggest posterizers that we've seen in college basketball this year, and another one being a lob and alley-oop for Shea Johnson Jr. from Rob Diaz. That was another big-time highlight play. So the Beach are playing with some ferocity and adding some highlights to the reel for the season. It was a really good first half of basketball. I'm going to issue a reminder. I'm Bruce Kuntz, Alex Prado with me, and you're listening to 22 West Radio, broadcasting live at 88.1 FM, KKJZ HD3 Long Beach. Final 20 minutes of play about to get going as Long Beach looks for their first Big West win of the year.
What I'm looking for as far as Long Beach in this second half is to go on a run early. Right now they're up 38-26. So you got 12 points to play with, but if you can get away with it in the first few minutes of the second half, Cal Poly is going to have a lot of catching up to do in the rest of the second half.
Long Beach lost their final 15 conference games of the season and last year, and then lost their first 2 of this season. So it's a 17-game Big West losing streak for the Beach that they're looking to snap today. Cal Poly with the first possession of the second half. Petter Bondol on the right wing. Gets a screen, moves across with the left hand, kicks to the corner for Davis. He drives in, kicks out to the wing. Ward swings it along. Now in the right corner, driving. Vasilic goes all the way to the left corner, pulling a 3. Rob Diaz blocks it. Tracking it down again is Vasilic. Still 8 seconds to shoot for Cal Poly. Driving in, Bondol goes to work on Rob Diaz, throws up a layup, but no good. What a defensive possession from Rob Diaz. Got the block and then got the stop after all. Cole Farrell finds level line cutting. He puts it up strong, but can't finish the layup with the left hand. Rebound goes to Hamad Musa, takes it across himself. Dishes off to Ward on the other side. Goes to Davis, wide open 3. He gets it to go from the left wing. Jake Davis with 13 points as Cal Poly's leading scorer.
Davis coming into this game 18% from the three-point line.
Back down to a single-digit deficit. Cole Farrell drives along the baseline, goes up strong and puts it in with the left hand from the right block. Had to fight through a lot of contact there. But Cole Farrell got the layup to go. He's got 10. Right wing, dribbling around. Bondol gives up top for Musa. Musa back out to Davis. Now he swings across to Bondol on the left wing. Bondol gets a screen from Musa, steps through it onto the right block. Back to the basket, going to work on Rob Diaz. Pushes off, goes up strong. Another block for Rob Diaz. Gavin Sykes flew in and tipped a rebound to Majstorovic. Outlet all the way up to Levelon, and then he gets a foul on the other end. A nice pass in transition for Petar Majstorovic to get the ball up the floor, and then Leopold Levelon draws the foul. He gets 2 shots.
Rob Diaz having a really effective game as far as the defensive end, coming up with 2 blocks to start this second half, and then obviously 3 steals in the first half, some of them leading to some dunks over here.
Rob Diaz with 2 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 assist. But as you said, Alex, his big impact this game has been with 3 steals and 2 blocks. Leopold Levelon at the free throw line. His first one's good. Levelon's a 64% free throw shooter this season. True freshman for the Beach. Grew up playing rugby before eventually transitioning to basketball. had some other offers this offseason, but only visited Long Beach State and gave him his commitment right there. Second free throw also good, so the left-handed freshman makes them both. 42-29, Long Beach with their largest lead of the day at 13. Bondel on the right wing. They pass up top for Musa. Musa takes a long three and knocks it down. Nothing but net for the Mustangs. Mamad Musa with a big three, down to a 10-point lead for Long Beach State. Petar Majstorovic gives to Gavin Sykes on the right wing. Sykes gets a switch onto Bondel. Then he passes up top for Levelon. Swings to Rob Diaz. Diaz steps back into the left corner, gets a screen from Levelon. Now takes a three from the wing. No good. Majstorovic, offensive rebound. Pump fakes a couple times. Back out. Sykes pulls the three and gets it to go. Bottoms up for Gavin Sykes, and the lead's back at 13. Quickly on the other end, Mahmoud passes over to Ward. Now Davis gives it right back to Musa. Ahmad Musa just in front of the half-court line. Now getting doubled, passes out of it to Davis. Davis takes a straight-on three-pointer. No good, off the left side of the rim. Bounces towards the sideline. And as Ward tried to save it, was falling out of bounds, tried to throw it off Levelon's foot, but he had his foot on the baseline, or on the sideline, excuse me. So Ward is out of bounds, and the Beach get the ball back.
A lot of three-point action from both sides in the second half. Cal Poly is able to cut the lead so far.
That triple from Gavin Sykes, only the second three-pointer of the game for Long Beach State, despite their 13-point lead. Gavin Sykes with space in the right corner. Instead, Majstorovic goes up and lays it in on the left block. Had two defenders on him, but Majstorovic elevates right over both of them. He's got 14. Davis on the right wing, clearing out and then getting the passes. Vasilic, he moves up top, then passes over to Ward, gets it right back. Vasilic crosses through the legs, gives to Ward. Long three, NBA range, no good. Bounces out of bounds into the Cal Poly bench. And the Beach get the ball back again, still forcing Cal Poly under 30% from the field.
Yeah, Ward, not a bad three-point shooter, 33% going into this game. But like I said, Bruce, a lot of three-point shots being put up here.
Rob Diaz moves across, gets a screen from Levelon. On the left wing, Rob Diaz well beyond the three-point line, picks up his dribble, goes into the corner for Majstorovic. Majstorovic works on Davis. Now back out for Diaz up top. He crosses over. Spin move into the key. Dumps off for Levelon. Up and under layup. Got it to go. What a finish from Leopold Levelon. Chucked the ball up off the glass without even looking. A no-look layup. And now a foul on the other end. It's a block against Rob Diaz. Got in the way of Hamad Musa. Went down hard, but the foul will be against Diaz.
Levelon, 4 points now, surpassing his average for the season, 3.8 there. Nice spin off of the lower corner of the glass to put it in.
Long Beach with a 17-point lead, their largest of the game. Inbound goes to Bondel. Gets a screen from Musa on the right side. Bondel picks up his dribble. They swing to the corner, right back up to the wing for Ward. Back to Musa up top. Bondel over to the wing for Davis. Davis off a jab step, drives in, lost his footing, passes the ball all the way towards half court. Almost went out of bounds, but Bondel tracks it down. Bondel goes to work. Now passes over. Long three from Vasilic. No good. Tapped around, and a foul will be called on the offensive glass. Hamad Musa sent Rob Diaz, or actually Majstorovic, to the ground. So Musa was overly physical. He's asking for a review, saying that it wasn't a foul, but his coach, Mike DeGeorge, says they're not going to oblige. It's a foul against Musa. Beach make a couple of subs. Cole Farrell and Levelon head out with Shea Johnson Jr. and Shaq Bender coming in.
Yeah, Musa's been really aggressive on the offensive glass here, but most of the time he's just picking up fouls, so he's got to relax on that end.
That was Musa's third personal, so something to watch there. Jake Davis, the guard, also with 3 personal fouls for Cal Poly. Long Beach has all 5 of their players on the floor with less than 3 personals. Petar Majstorovic over to Gavin Sykes on the right wing. Couple jab steps. Now he pulls the 3. No good. Offensive rebound for Shea Johnson. Back out. Rob Diaz wide open triple. No good again. So the Beach had a couple good shots there, but can't hit either of them. Jake Davis, pass in transition over to Ward. Short corner on the right side. Ward now driving baseline. Spin move onto the right block. Picks up his dribble. Goes back out. It's tipped and stolen. Petar Majstorovic. Outlet up to Shaq Bender. Bender goes to Diaz driving down the lane, but then he brings it back out to the top. Beach will slow it down and set up their possession. 15 and a half to go in the game. Majstorovic on the left wing calls for a clear out. Now he's back to the basket, works on Davis. Steps into the key, and a foul will be called down low. It's a block against Jake Davis, and that's certainly notable. It's the 4th personal foul against the junior guard for the Mustangs.
Every time Mastorovic goes against Davis, he knows he has a mismatch there. Mastorovic 6'8", and Davis at 6'4".
That's consistently been the matchup that Cal Poly's chosen, with Davis guarding Mastorovic, and it's gotten Davis into foul trouble. He's got 4 personals, 1 away from an early trip to the locker room. 15 minutes and 23 seconds to go in the second half. Long Beach on a 7-0 run to extend their lead to 17. We'll be right back on 22 West Radio. Long Beach State ahead by 17. They've held Cal Poly scoreless over the last 3 minutes and 2 seconds. And Alex, during the break, you mentioned a huge discrepancy in points in the paint. Long Beach with 34, Cal Poly with 4. So a 30-point difference in points in the paint between these two squads, and it's got Long Beach ahead by 17.
Yeah, and a lot of that has to do with Mastorovic's matchup against Davis. I know we mentioned it earlier. Mastorovic at 6'8" and Davis at 6'4". Taking advantage of that mismatch. Mastorovic at 14 and Davis at 13 points.
Davis did check out after his 4th personal foul. So with over 15 minutes left, it might be a while before we see him again. Cal Poly's leading scorer in the game. Inbound goes to Shea Johnson. Dribbles a couple times, hands off to Shaq Bender. Red Sea parts for him. He steps through and lays it in. Shaq Bender had plenty of space to drive, had to work around the body right underneath the basket, but got the layup to go. A game-high 19-point lead for Long Beach State. Cal Poly passes along the wing. Musa drives over to the right wing. Now calls for somebody to come get it. Vasilic sets a screen, then clears out. They pass over to the corner. Almost another steal for Diaz. Driving in, hard contact, and laying it in. Petter Bondel with a strong finish for the Mustangs. Back to a 17-point lead for the Beach. Bender on the right wing. Drives right to the right block. Picks up his dribble. Pass down low. Poked out of bounds. Tried to find his forward, Shea Johnson Jr., but instead it'll go out of bounds off Cal Poly. Beach inbound from the baseline. Isaiah Lewis comes back in to be the inbounder. Rob Diaz goes to the bench.
Good idea from Bender there, but Johnson Jr. wasn't able to get a step past the defender there.
Beach spread out around the key. Box set gives Mastorovic some space. He gets the pass in the left corner. Pump fakes, now takes the mid-range jumper and gets it to go. Petar Mastorovic scoring well. 16 points on 8 for 11 from the field. Cal Poly working fast. They're going to have to dial up the pace. Musa from the left wing passes over to Bondel. Bondel now to the corner. Back up to Musa up top. Musa dribbles a couple of times. Passes over to Plumtree. Plumtree hands off. Vasilic drives in. Goes up. Gets rejected. But a foul will be called. Shea Johnson Jr. had the block, but the foul goes against Shaq Bender, who was the on-ball defender. It's a really nice job from Shea Johnson Jr. to send that shot away. But the foul goes against Bender, and it's 2 free throws for Guzman Vasilic.
Yeah, I like to close out either way right there, because once he goes up against the glass, you don't really have too much of a chance. So a little bit too aggressive, but ultimately a good closeout.
2 free throws now for Guzman Vasilic. 6'4" sophomore, 80% from the line this year. First one, no good. This is the first time Vasilic has been at the free throw line in this game. Cal Poly shooting 10 for 15 from the stripe today. Goldmine, a much different venue, and there's been a feeling, at least for me, Alex, throughout this game that Cal Poly has not quite had their depth perception all the way right. They haven't been able to adjust to this gym. Second free throw also good. The Mustangs shooting 27% from the field and 11 for 16 from the free throw line. Just hasn't looked like their usual offense. Isaiah Lewis dribbling for Long Beach State, hands off to Gavin Sykes. Majstorovic working for space in the post. Sykes looking at him, still holding the ball. Still hesitating. Now puts the ball on the floor and passes over to Isaiah Lewis on the left wing. Shea Johnson Jr. screen on the right side with 10 to shoot. Lewis crosses over a couple of times. Now drives in, picks up his dribble, steps through. Fadeaway jumper. No good. Barely kissed the rim. Offensive rebound and a putback is good. Petar Majstorovic with a second chance bucket. He's up to 18. Beach lead by 20. Handoff along the wing goes to Musa. Musa swings along, now in the corner, driving baseline, picking up his dribble is Plumtree. He goes back out to the right corner. Bondel steps through a defender, gets it poked out of bounds off of Isaiah Lewis. So the ball will stay with Cal Poly, but good active hands from Lewis.
Yeah, that's the only way to defend Bondo, especially when he's in the corner. Isaiah Lewis recognizing the offensive threat, so he kind of makes him stay in that corner, not giving him a way out.
Ahmad Musa to pass it in. Couple of moisture spots getting cleaned up on the hardwood within the key. Now we're ready to go. Cal Poly spread out along the wing. Musa gets a pass right back in the right corner, lets it fly, no good. Isaiah Lewis has the rebound for Long Beach State. Cal Poly still can't get their offense started. Lewis lost the ball as he crossed over, but then got it back. Passes to Bender. Screen on the right side. He drives left. Bender into the key. Passes over to the corner. Lewis keeps it. 15 to shoot. Lewis now in the right corner, facing up on Valsevic. Now he drives, swings over to the other corner for Shaq Bender. Jab step, and then he takes the three. No good off the front of the rim. Rebound comes down for Bondel. Cal Poly back on the attack as they trail by 20. Bondel on the left wing. Crosses over, drives hard into the key, lays it up. No good. It's poked out of bounds off of Petar Majstorovic, though. So the ball will stay with Cal Poly.
Bender doing it all right now. On the offensive end, kind of controlling the pace. And on the defensive end, getting some stops over here.
Shea Johnson Jr. asked for a sub, so Chris Acker will oblige. Leopold Levelon back in the game. JJ Tchaikovsky also checked in for the Beach. Inbounder is Mahmoud, and a foul gets called before he passes it in. Goes against Isaiah Lewis as he grabbed a hold of the jersey of Bondel. Troy Plumtree is in the game for the first time over these last couple of minutes for the Mustangs as they've gotten into foul trouble. 14 games this year, 3.8 points per game, but didn't play last time out against San Diego. In the right post, gets it poked loose by Tchaikovsky, but Cal Poly keeps possession. Vasilic at the top, swings over to Plumtree. He hands off to Musa. Musa crossover at the top, working on Bender. Now he drives in strong, has to pass out to Tarluch. Back out. Here's a three from Vasilic. Long triple, bottoms up for Guzman Vasilic. A nice three-pointer there from a couple of steps beyond the three-point line. It's a bad possession for Cal Poly, but they got a three out of it. 17-point lead still for the Beach. 12 minutes, 25 seconds to go. Leopold Levelon, one dribble, then he hands off to Isaiah Lewis. Lewis on the right wing. Levelon working for space on the block. Lewis still dribbling with 12 to shoot. Now goes up top for Tchaikovsky. Down low for Levelon. Back out to Lewis. He takes the three. No good, but a foul. After the pass went into the high post for Levelon, it got tipped right out to Lewis. After a pump fake, he stepped back, let a three fly, and then Vasilic got his foot in the landing area. So Isaiah Lewis is going to get 3 free throws.
Once again, that pump fake that Lewis is so good at, especially on the three, allows him to get access to the bucket and ultimately draw on a foul.
Isaiah Lewis is a first-year Beach player, one of the many newcomers, 13 on the roster for Long Beach State, only one returner from last year. Lewis transferred in from Little Rock, began his collegiate career at Murray State back in the 23-24 season. Lewis makes the first free throw. So he's at his third college basketball home in his 3-year career so far, hoping that this will be his permanent spot to stay. He started the first 13 games, of the season at point guard before coming off the bench these last 2. Makes the second free throw, and he'll get a third.
2023, he was the Region 2 Freshman of the Year, first team All-Region.
It was with Murray State. Isaiah Lewis hits all 3 free throws to put Long Beach back ahead to a 20-point lead. Hamad Musa across for Cal Poly. They're going to need to get their offense going here quickly to get back into this game. Plumtree on the right wing. Crosses over on Tchaikovsky. Drives into the paint. Lost it. Then gives it back, but a foul gets called as he lost the ball again. Leopold Levelon had come away with the ball. Long Beach thought they had a steal and a chance to get out and run in transition. So as the foul calls, the crowd and the bench all react in dismay for Long Beach State. That'll send us into the sub-12 media timeout. Cal Poly will still have the ball.
Yeah, Tchaikovsky there reached in a little bit too far, but a good effort from him.
58-38, Long Beach State ahead by 20 with 11:55 to play. The Beach trying to break a 17-game conference losing streak. They're ahead by 20 on 22 West Radio. Long Beach State has shot above 50% in both halves. They're at 58 or 54% in this second half, 7 for 13 from the field as they've opened their lead out to 20. 58-38, Long Beach State up over Cal Poly. It's the Mustangs with the ball from the baseline coming out of the break. Musa passing in. Leopold Levelon went to the ground, but no whistle blows. Outlet goes all the way up towards the half-court line, with the Mustangs able to control possession. Tarlich drives in, kicks back out. Wide open three for Bondel, straight on, no good. Cal Poly just can't get their offense started. Rebound goes to Petar Majstorovic. Was another wide open shot there that they just couldn't knock down. Isaiah Lewis moves to the left wing. Majstorovic up at the top. Lewis looks for a pass. Kevin Sykes in the left corner. Instead goes up to Majstorovic. He gives over to Shaq Bender on the right wing. Bender pump fakes a couple times. Majstorovic asks for the ball. Instead it goes to Levelon up top. He hands off to Lewis. 5 to shoot. Isaiah Lewis straight on. Now drives over to the left block. Goes up strong, but his layup goes off the side of the backboard. Now on the other end, it's a foul going against Leopold Levelon. The rebounder was Luka Tarlich, and Levelon applied immediate pressure. Tarlich went down to the ground, and he gets a foul called against him.
Yeah, good idea there to try to pick him up full court on the defensive end, but ultimately got too close as he came down with the rebound.
Was the second personal against Levelon. The Beach still with nobody to record their third personal foul. So the Beach in good shape in that regard. Cal Poly back on offense, trailing by 20. Musa up at the top. 10 seconds off the shot clock. He goes to the corner for Plumtree. Now up top for Tarlich. Tarlich picks up his dribble. Now passes back up. Chris Acker wanted to travel as Tarlich's feet started to move. He gets a pass up top here. Steps through, drives, puts it up, but no good off the glass. Had space for the layup, but again, couldn't knock it down. Up top, here's Gavin Sykes on the other side. He hesitates, spin move in the key, goes up strong with the right hand and able to finish it. Long Beach State ahead by 22 points over the 2-1 Mustangs. Over on the other side, here's a strong drive from Plumtree, but he lost the ball out of bounds. Cal Poly with another quick turnover, and with 10 minutes and 32 seconds to go, Long Beach State gets possession while they still hold a 22-point lead.
Yeah, Long Beach playing some good defense. Ultimately, Plumtree trying to get the bump too high in the post and lost it.
Petar Majstorovic is the inbounder. Rob Diaz back in the game to run the point for the Beach. Majstorovic, the leading scorer so far today, 18 points for the Beach forward. Rob Diaz takes it across, hands off to Cole Farrell on the right wing. Farrell's got 10 points of his own. He finds Jay Johnson up top. Rob Diaz curls to the left wing and gets the pass. Majstorovic working for space on the left block. Pass goes to Farrell up top. Jay Johnson sets a screen on the right side. Farrell crossover through the legs. Now crosses to the right hand. Pass to the corner. Majstorovic has the three. He takes it and knocks it down. Petar Majstorovic up to 21 points now, and the Beach are ahead by 25. A dominant showing today from Long Beach State. Ahmad Musa up at the top as we eclipse 10 minutes to go. Drive-in Bondel from the right corner. Back out to Musa. He has his defender fly by. Takes the three and gets it to go. Ahmad Musa converts the wide open three after Rob Diaz flew by him off the pump fake. Back to a 22-point deficit. Majstorovic goes to Gavin Sykes on the left wing. One dribble, and he takes a three. Can he respond? No. Offensive rebound. Majstorovic up and in.
Wow.
Petar Majstorovic playing his best game with the Beach as he's up to 23 points. Beach back up to a 24-point lead. Up top, Guzman Vasilic, screen on the left side. He drives with the left hand to the left block. Pump fake. Steps through. Goes up again, and a foul gets called. Majstorovic thought he had a block, but instead he gets called for a foul. It's going to be 2 free throws for Guzman Vasilic.
Vasilic with 2 pump fakes back-to-back gets Majstorovic jumping, and ultimately the foul.
That is Petar's 3rd personal. So he'll have to be a bit careful. Still 9 minutes and 19 seconds to play.
Vasilic trained at the NBA Academy in San Luis Potosi, Mexico. 80% from the free throw line.
First one's good. Vasilic 2 for 3 from the stripe now in the game with 8 points. Cal Poly still down at 28% from the field as a team compared to the Beach's 54. Vasilic hits both these free throws though. Petar Majstorovic went to the ground as he was going to rebound. Has to stand up slowly as Chris Acker yelled to get up quicker. He gets the inbound away to Rob Diaz. 9 minutes and 10 seconds left in the game. Rob Diaz passes to Cole Farrell at the top. See how fast the Beach start to move. Petar Majstorovic gets a pass down in the paint, and he gets a foul. Gonna go against, let's see, looks like it'll be Petar Bondel who gets the foul called against him. So for Bondel, that's his, actually it might be going against Musa. It is against Bondel. That's his first personal. Long Beach will pass in from the baseline as Bondel is going to sub out now. Caden Ward back in the game. Rob Diaz inbounding from the baseline. Looking for a pass. The Beach stagnant again. They've struggled. Of all the things they've done well today, they have not inbounded the ball well. Gavin Sykes tracks the ball down by the half-court line. Sykes takes a three. No good. Bounced a couple of times on the rim. It doesn't fall. Rebound goes to Ward on the other end. It's Ward with it. He swings over to Musa, now to the corner. Stepping through Osron, back up top for Ward. Ward picks up his dribble, goes back to Osron, then curling around. Vasilic gets the pass. He takes a straight-on three. No good off the back iron. Long rebound, though. Ward has it in the right corner. Second chance here for Cal Poly. Vasilic moves around a screen onto the right wing. They swing it around to Musa. He gets a screen on the right side. Musa straight-on three. He gets this one to fall. Ahmad Musa now up to 17 points as Cal Poly's leading scorer is trying to get him back into it.
Musa once again shooting 42% from the three.
So well-timed timeout here for Long Beach State. Chris Acker calling it to try and prevent any shifting of momentum. Long Beach State still ahead by 19, 65-46 with 8 minutes and 17 seconds to go.
Yeah, still a good lead to play with, but like I mentioned earlier, Bruce, when you get on a run at the beginning of the second half, you give yourself that room to kind of have some slip-ups if need be.
Long Beach State ahead by 19 and trying to get their first conference win in their last 18 Big West games. It's 65-46 Beach on 22 West Radio. Long Beach State ahead by 19 over Cal Poly. 8 minutes and 17 seconds left to play in the second half. Cole Farrell inbounding for the Beach. He gets it in to Rob Diaz. Beach trying to extend their lead back to 20. Rob Diaz on the left wing. Mesturovic working for space in the short corner. Diaz keeps it. Now passes to Gavin Sykes just in front of the half-court line. Sykes moves over to the right wing, drives in, now kicks to the corner. Mesturovic pump fakes once, and then on the closeout, a foul called against Ali Osron. Then some after the whistle, Osron threw his arm up in the air and hit Mesturovic. He went down hard, but then Osron immediately went over to apologize. Good to see there, as soon as Mesturovic was back on his feet, Osron came over and gave him a hug, so no hard feelings between those two guys. Still, though, it looks like the officials are going to come over and potentially review that for a flagrant foul.
Yeah, he kind of threw the arm a little bit after he had already started to fall, but ultimately he was just trying to get loose from the tangle up there.
Watching the replay on the video board down in front of us, certainly didn't look like anything malicious. Was trying to reach for the ball and just caught Mesturovic's chin. You would also assume, based on his reaction as soon as Mesturovic was back up, that there wasn't anything intentional there.
Definitely.
Just under 8 minutes to play, 7 minutes and 59 seconds. And for Long Beach State, if they can close this game out, it would be a big win just for the program. After last season ended with 15 straight losses, they're 4-10 overall this year. That record still doesn't look great, but they have been some more progress, some light at the end of the tunnel in certain games this season. To be able to translate that back into their first conference win in a long time, to break a 17-game Big West losing streak, would really mean a lot for this program.
Yeah, getting their first conference win would really set the tone for the rest of the season. Just simply getting the idea that Long Beach State can do it. They just have to put themselves in the position to do so.
And you talk about that 4-10 overall record. That record really does not mean much. They've only played 2 conference games before this one, both losses, but there's a long schedule left to play, and the only games that really matter for Long Beach State and their seeding to try and make it to the Big West tournament are these conference games. So their season, even though they're 14 games overall in, really only 2 conference games in, and there's a long season left to play, if they can win today, that could be the start of a turnaround that could extend all the way through March.
Yeah, and sometimes it can be disheartening to know that you're the only team in the conference without a win, but ultimately it's only been 2 or 3 games played for each respective team, so you can't beat yourself down too much. It's only 2 games in the conference. You got a long way to go, and if you win the majority of the rest of the games, you're going to climb up the ladder and gives yourself a chance.
There's been a lot of parity in the Big West so far. Every team has played 3 games except for Long Beach State when they're 0-2. And in the Big West, there's only 2 winless teams remaining, Hawaii and UC Irvine, both 3-0, and only 2 winless teams, like Long Beach State and Cal State Bakersfield. Everybody else with at least 1 or 2 losses. So it's been a spread out standing so far. Plenty of opportunity for Long Beach to try and climb. The top 8 teams out of 11 will make it to the tournament in March. Inbound goes to Shea Johnson Jr. There wasn't a flagrant call as they were reviewing it. Now Shea Johnson passes to Sykes, but it gets poked loose. It's a steal for Musa on the other end. He steps into the key, dishes off to Osron, who gets it blocked by Shea Johnson. Musa still has the rebound, so Cal Poly still with the ball, but a nice job by Shea Johnson to deny a transition bucket. Cal Poly passes along the wing up at the top. Vasilich gets it, moves to the right wing, passes back up to the top for Musa. Working on Mesturovic. He crosses over through the legs. Under 10 to shoot. Screen on the left side. Musa pivots around. Now goes to work on Shea Johnson. He drives into the key. Lays it up and in. Just half a step ahead of Shea Johnson, so he couldn't get there to block it.
Musa being really patient as Long Beach State's defense has upped the ante here.
17-point lead for the Beach. Farrell on the left wing. Mesturovic working for space on the block. He gets it on a bounce. Just inside the three-point line now. Moves over. Takes the mid-range shot. No good. Didn't fall. Good defense from Jake Davis in his face. Quickly moving. Ward trying to go coast to coast. Throws it up and gets a foul. Couldn't make the shot, but it's going to be 2 free throws on the other end. Just 3 seconds into the shot clock for Caden Ward.
Once again, Ward favoring that right side. We've been saying it all game. Once he goes to that right side, he's always getting 2 defenders up in the air, and he always draws the foul. So he's going to be heading back to the free throw line where he's shooting 71% this season.
1 for 2 from the stripe today, only with 1 point. First free throw good. Of all the players for Cal Poly that have struggled to get going, Ward is at the top of that list. He's their 3rd leading scorer on the season, 15.5 points per game. Now only with 2 after he made that free throw. Isaiah Lewis back in for Long Beach State. Rob Diaz and Petr Mastorovich both go to the bench. J.J. Tchaikovsky also checks in. Ward goes 2 for 2 this trip to the free throw line. Long Beach now all of a sudden has seen Cal Poly go on a 9-0 run. The Beach in a 2.5-minute scoring drought. So it's down to a 15-point lead. Under 7 minutes to play. Isaiah Lewis at the top gives to Cole Farrell. Farrell right at the top of the key. Oh, miscommunication. Tried to find Shea Johnson in the high post, but Johnson moved down low into the key, and the pass flies out of bounds. So the Beach have lost their steam here. Shaq Bender will check in for Cole Farrell. 6 minutes, 43 seconds to play. The Beach ahead 65-50.
Yeah, Sykes and Johnson, got kind of tangled up there in the post, and there was no vision for the ball handler there.
Hamad Musa passes to Ward. Now Musa gets it back up top. Screen on the right side from Vasilic. Pass goes over to Vasilic on the left wing. He finds a cutter, Tarluch, who lost it momentarily, but then grabs it again. Ward along the baseline, back out to the wing, gets it back in the corner. Ward picks up his dribble, back out to the wing for Musa. Musa hesitating, steps back, 5 to shoot, crossover through the legs, working on Sykes. Pulls the triple, throws it up, no good. Offensive rebound for Tarluch. He goes right back and lays it in. It's down to a 13-point lead as things are starting to get nervous in the gold mine for Long Beach State. 65-52 and even 6 minutes on the clock. Isaiah Lewis up at the top, gets a screen from Sykes. Now Sykes gets the ball up on the right wing. One jab step, crosses over, now spins right into the key, throws it out to Tchaikovsky on the left wing. Jab step, now he goes back to Sykes. 10 seconds to shoot. Sykes pulls the three and knocks it down. Gavin Sykes breaks an 11-0 scoring run for Cal Poly with a big triple. Long Beach had seen their scoring drought extend to 3.5 minutes before Gavin Sykes hits a three. Ward at 3 on the other end. No good. Flying in there. It's a foul against Luka Tarluch on the offensive glass. He sent Shea Johnson falling out of bounds hard. Went over and helped him to his feet. So good to see Cal Poly still playing with some sportsmanship, but it's a foul against the Mustangs. They'll walk all the way down to the other side of the floor as now Shea Johnson will get him 1-1.
Long Beach State really needs to slow down and get a bucket here. Only up by 16 so far. They were up as many as 20 a few minutes ago, but Shea Johnson Jr. is going to be back at the free throw line.
The lead got all the way up to 25 halfway through the second half. Shea Johnson misses the first free throw. Bounce around a couple times. Offensive rebound for Tchaikovsky. Bender, wide open three. No good off the back iron. Rebound comes out for Musa. Cal Poly back on the attack. Tarluch on the left side. Hands back to Davis with 4 personals. Davis moves to the left corner. Gives back to Tarluch and right back to Davis. He goes up top for Ward. Ward drives, kicks back to Davis. Straight on. He drives into the right block. Throws it up off the glass and in. Good finish from the guard, Jake Davis. With 5 minutes and 7 seconds to play, it's Long Beach ahead by 12. Cal Poly steadily cutting this lead down, trying to make a comeback in this second half. Lewis passes to Tchaikovsky. One dribble. Now he needs to get it away. Finds Gavin Sykes on the left wing. Sykes working one-on-one against Musa. Crosses over twice. Picks up his dribble. Has to go to Bender. Wide open. Straight on three. He can't hit it. Had plenty of space. A breakdown from Cal Poly, but Bender can't take advantage. Ward on the other side drives quickly right into the paint, and a foul gets called. Was tied up as the ball landed out of bounds, but it's Shea Johnson Jr. that gets the personal foul against him, his third, and Ward will get to shoot 2 free throws.
Hayden Ward is just a magnet for fouls. Once again, Bruce, as I said many a times already, that right side of the glass, everyone rushes him because they know that's his favorable hand, but ultimately they got to stay patient and stay on the ground when Caden Ward goes up to the glass on the right side.
Ward has drawn 4 fouls tonight. 3 for 4 from the free throw line. He hits the first one. All 4 of Ward's points have come from the stripe. It's a 14-3 Cal Poly run over the last 4 minutes and 40 seconds. Trying to keep that rolling as Cal Poly is looking to make a comeback. Hayden Ward's second free throw also good. 68-56 the score. 4 minutes and 39 seconds to play. Rob Diaz checked back in to run the point for Long Beach State. Leopold Levelon also in the front court. Diaz gets a screen from Levelon, moves around it onto the left elbow. Tchaikovsky gets the pass, goes to the corner for Sykes. He throws up a floater, no good. And Ward comes away with another rebound. He goes out to run, 2-on-2. Pass to the corner for Vasilic. He drives baseline, throws it up, no good. Bounces around. Rob Diaz has the rebound for the Beach. He moves fast to the other end. Sykes with space in the corner. Rob Diaz, Euro step, throws it up, no good. created space. Long outlet goes up to Ward. Here's a one-on-one. Ward steps through the key, lays it up. No good. Tipped around. Offensive rebound. Second chance for Ward, and he gets hacked. It's going to be another 2 free throws for Ward. That time the foul goes against J.J. Tchaikovsky, his third. And with 4 minutes and 1 second left, some crazy pace on both ends. Ends with 2 free throws for Caden Ward.
Ward is really playing his heart out right now, trying to give his team a chance to come back from this game. 68-56, the total score, and Ward is up to 5 points.
Petr Masturovic will be checking back in for Long Beach State. Caden Ward shooting 2 free throws. All 5 of his points today from the free throw line. He's 0 for 6 from the field. 5 points with 6 free throws taken. 7 rebounds and 4 assists as well for Ward. 6'6" sophomore, can't make the first free throw. Rims out. He has a surprised look on his face. Masturovic is checking in for J.J. Tchaikovsky. So Ward getting to shoot a second free throw. It's up and good. He's got 6 points now. Long Beach ahead by 11. 4 minutes left on the clock. Rob Diaz walks the ball up slowly. See if Long Beach tries to start taking some time off the clock in these offensive possessions. Screen from Levelon. Diaz still with it. Now Masturovic sets a screen. Diaz passes over to the left wing for Farrell. Farrell looks for a pass, gives to Levelon. 14 to shoot. Active defense. Now a pass lobbed into Masturovic. It somehow gets through, and he lays the ball up and in. 2 defenders crashed for Cal Poly, but the pass still got to Masturovic, and he had an easy layup. 13-point lead for the Beach, 3.5 to play. Mahmoud calls for a clear out. Ahmad Musa up at the top. Pushes off of Masturovic. Now passes over to Davis on the right wing. Davis back to Musa. He steps through. Crosses over on Levelon. Back to Davis on the right wing. Davis picks up his dribble on the right elbow. Hands off. Rolling around. Vasilic into the key. Throws up a layup. No good. Rob Diaz a rebound for Long Beach State. 3 minutes and 5 seconds to go. 13-point lead. Diaz over to Sykes. Couple of dribbles. He's not going to take the 3. Smart move there to try and take some time off the clock. Gavin Sykes dribbling just in front of the half-court line. 15 seconds on the shot clock for the Beach. Sykes gets a screen on the right side. Now moves left. Levelon cutting into the key. Sykes still one-on-one up top. Drives in. Throws up a floater from the right block. It bounces around and falls. Gavin Sykes with a big floater. 2 minutes and 37 seconds to go, and it's back to a 15-point lead for the Beach. Vasilic gives over to Musa. Now a pass goes to Tarlich. He drives right in, lays it in. Good drive as he deked the handoff and then cut right to the basket. Luka Tarlich cuts it back down to a 13-point lead. That broke a 2.5-minute drought from the field for Cal Poly. 2:10 left, 72-59. Rob Diaz dribbling time off the clock. Masturovic and Levelon set double screens. Diaz on the left wing, crosses over twice, drives into the key, puts it up, passes back out to Masturovic. The ball got tipped up in the air. 5 to shoot, pass goes to Sykes. He moves around, drives in, throws up another floater from the right block. No good this time. Rebound goes to Davis, but then a foul gets called on the floor. That foul looks like it's going to go against Cal Poly.
Yeah, I think it was off ball here on the attempt at a rebound.
No, now they gesture. It's Shaquille Bender, I believe. We're going to hit the final media timeout. So coming out of the break, Long Beach State with a 72-59 lead. 1 minute and 53 seconds to go for the Beach to try and break their 17-game Big West losing streak. We'll be right back on 22 West Radio. 72-59. Long Beach State ahead by 13. Just a minute and 53 seconds to go. Coming out of the break, it is going to be Long Beach State shooting free throws. So Rob Diaz goes to the line for the Beach. It's a 1-and-1, 8-team fouls against Cal Poly. The personal foul sending us into the break went against Guzman Vasilic. It was only his first personal. So Rob Diaz will shoot a 1-and-1, 80% free throw shooter on the year. This is his first trip to the line today. Diaz has 2 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists, but he's played impactfully on defense. First free throw, no good, though. It's a tough miss on the first of a 1-and-1. Ward takes it across quickly, drives right to the right block. Spin move, goes up strong, but gets called for a travel. Before he got the shot away, his pivot foot moved, so it's a turnover for Cal Poly. Beach get the ball back, a minute 45 to play, and a 13-point lead.
Majstorovic causing that little travel as we got another foul called here.
It's Cal Poly. It was in a full court press, and as Gavin Sykes broke to the corner, he got pushed. So they'll walk all the way down to the other side of the floor as now Gavin Sykes will go to the free throw line. Sykes 1 for 2 from the stripe today.
Gavin Sykes shooting 81% from the free throw this season.
It's a 1-and-1 here for Sykes. Cal Poly now at 9 team fouls, so every foul against Cal Poly from this point on will be 2 free throws for the Beach. 1-and-1 for Gavin Sykes. First free throw up and good.
And down the line, too, once Cal Poly presumably starts to foul, you're going to want Sykes at the free throw line.
14-point lead. Sykes' second free throw also good. So it's up to a 15-point lead, 74-59, minute and 42 seconds left on the clock. Ward passes up to Musa. He hands off to Davis. Back to Musa. Left wing takes the three. High arcing. No good off the back iron. Tipped around, and Shea Johnson Jr. has the rebound for the Beach. This thing getting just about down. Minute and 25 seconds left. 74-59, and Cal Poly is going to let Long Beach dribble some time off. Ward pressuring Sykes near the half-court line. Sykes just dribbling back and forth. 13 seconds to shoot. Minute 13 on the game clock. Sykes gets a screen on the right side, now getting doubled at the half-court line. Steps out of it, passes out, and Davis has a steal. Pass here's to Ward. One dribble, goes up strong, and lays it in. We clips a minute, or hit exactly a minute on the clock, and then Cal Poly calls time, or actually Long Beach State calls timeout. Cal Poly will be making a sub after the break. They're bringing in Jackson Mosley for the first time. Austin Goody will also check in alongside Aaron Price. So the Mustangs are going to empty the bench. They're waving the white flag. 74-61. Long Beach ahead by 13 with a minute to play.
Yeah, with only a minute to play, you know, Long Beach State can't cause any turnovers, but ultimately you're up by 13 points right now. So as long as you play patient and run the clock, you'll be good to go.
74-61. Long Beach State on their way to picking up their first Big West win of the season and breaking a 17-game conference losing streak going back to last year. Was such a tough finish to that last season. Had almost everybody from the roster either graduate or transfer out. DMX the only returner for the Beach. So with a brand new roster and a second-year coaching staff led by Chris Acker, it's been a struggle to this point in their tenure, but this could be or will be a big win today for Long Beach State to get their first Big West win of the season 3 games in. Petr Majstorovic inbounding, gets to Gavin Sykes. Cal Poly still pressing. Back to Majstorovic. Now he's getting doubled underneath his own basket. Has to get a pass up by the half-court line. Pass to Bender, and they just do clear it before a 10-second violation. Rob Diaz on the right wing. Passes off to Gavin Sykes. He gets doubled near the half-court line to Majstorovic. Double team goes to him. Back to Sykes. Now timeout called by Chris Acker. 12 seconds on the shot clock, and the Beach will come into a huddle. 41.9 to play.
Yeah, this timeout's going to be to just kind of relax. They're doing good on keeping the ball throwing around, not trying to let that foul stop time, but ultimately right here, this is going to be to get a bucket.
Cal Poly choosing not to foul as they're just going for a turnover. They've got their bench guys in that haven't appeared throughout this entire game. Long Beach State ahead by 13, 42 seconds left, trying to close this thing out. Petr Majstorovic has led the way for the Beach. 25 points is a new career high, surpassing his total against Portland earlier this season. Majstorovic with 25 points, 12 for 16 from the field, 9 rebounds as well. So he's 1 board short of a double-double. And this has really been a fantastic scoring performance from Majstorovic.
Yeah, he's been everywhere on the offensive end and the defensive end. It's incredible to see. You know, he's sweating. He's super tired, but ultimately he's flying around the hardwood when we need him most.
Majstorovic with 25. Gavin Sykes has 16 points, second leading scorer for the Beach. Cole Farrell, the other player in double figures, with 10. It's been good efficiency from Long Beach State throughout this game. They're at an even 50%, 29 for 58 from the field. And on the defensive end, this has been Long Beach's best performance of the season, hands down. Coming into this game, their opponents had shot 50% from the field on the season. Today, Cal Poly shooting only 32%, and this is one of the better offenses in the Big West.
Long Beach definitely taking advantage of Cal Poly's off game so far.
Majstorovic passes in from the sideline. Sykes getting doubled just in front of the half-court line. Puts the ball on the floor just in front of the half-court line. Gets a pass away. Bender now back to Majstorovic. 4 on the shot clock. Sykes now crosses over once. Lost it. It'll be a shot clock violation. Beach are okay with that, though. Gavin Sykes immediately turned around and apologized to Cole Farrell because Farrell was by himself underneath the basket, but Sykes couldn't get a pass to him. 30.1 on the game clock, so 1/10 of a second difference between the shot and game clocks. Gavin Sykes checks out here. Paul Levalon back in. Shaq Bender and Shea Johnson Jr. also, or actually Shaq Bender only subs out. Rob Diaz came back in. Cal Poly on offense. A couple of their bench guys in. It's Goody back out. Here's a 3 from Mosley. He gets fouled and puts it in. Jackson Mosley has the Cal Poly bench erupt. He's going to go to the free throw line with a chance for a 4-point play.
Let me tell you something, Bruce. He knew he was shooting that 3 as soon as he got that ball. Did not hesitate whatsoever. He called for it, set his feet, and got the foul. That's his first 3 of the season.
Jackson Mosley, a 5'10" point guard from La Cañada. Rocking some Kurt Rambis goggles. At the free throw line.
From the free throw.
No good, so he can't convert to 4-point play. Still a 10-point lead for the Beach. Shot clock is off. Cal Poly pressuring in the backcourt. Cole Farrell, couple dribbles, getting doubled, but then throws a pass all the way up to Rob Diaz. He gives a level on along the baseline, almost lost it out of bounds. But now they'll give back up to the top, and it's stolen by Mosley. There's a floater of a pass. Mosley on the other end takes a 3, moving to the ground, no good. It'll bounce along the baseline. Long Beach can't save it, falling out of bounds. Troy Plumtree grabbed the ball and threw it off of Majstorovic. So 2 seconds on the clock. Cal Poly will still have the ball from the baseline. Petr Majstorovic still barking out commands, and the Beach will make a sub. Shea Johnson Jr. comes back in. They're trying to prevent one more shot. Petr Majstorovic telling his teammates, don't foul. This game's over. 10-point deficit with 2 seconds left. Inbound goes up. It's tipped. It's going to be laid in by Austin Goods, so he gets onto the score sheet at the end. But the final will still be an 8-point win for Long Beach State, 74-66. The Beach break a 17-game Big West losing streak and get their first Big West win of the season.
Ultimately, a good overall game from Long Beach State. Majstorovic, of course, career high, 25 points. Cole Farrell behind him at 10. And a few other players helping him out there as Long Beach secures the win 74-66.
The first half was packed with highlights for Long Beach State, had 3 big dunks, took a lot of the momentum. And then the second half was a more controlled game, but they just had complete control of this game all the way through. A much better performance on the defensive end than we've seen through much of this season. And the Beach shoot 50% from the field to power themselves to a win. Only 4 for 17 from 3-point range. It's not often that you're going to be able to shoot like that from long range and still be able to get a commanding victory, but that's exactly what this was. Long Beach now going into a huddle at center court to thank the fans in the gold mine. It was a pretty good showing out here as the game got moved from the Walter Pyramid. Still a good turnout of fans. We got 1,182 in attendance at the former permanent home of Long Beach State. There's some good vibes on the floor right now. Long Beach moves to 1-2 in Big West play, 5-10 overall this season. The Mustangs suffer their 10th loss, 6-10 overall, now 2-2 in conference play.
A huge win for Long Beach State here, a conference win that they've been looking for a while now, and that's just going to give them that motivation to keep playing through the season and ultimately giving themselves a chance to climb up the ranks.
Big-time confidence booster for Long Beach State in this one, and now they'll look ahead on the schedule. They'll be playing at UC Irvine on January 8th before they come back home to play Bakersfield on the 10th and Riverside on the 15th, plenty of games left to go before that Big West tournament in Henderson all the way in March. But this is a big win for Long Beach State to try and shift the focus and feel like that they can get back in the win column and start to move up the Big West standings. That'll do it for us here at the Gold Mine. For Alex Prado next to me and Sergio Morales on the board, as well as the rest of our 22 West sports crew, Amaya Zhao on social media duty today. I'm Bruce Kuntz. This has been Long Beach State men's basketball on 22 West Radio, broadcasting live at 88.1 FM KKJZ HD3 Long Beach. We'll be back on the air tomorrow for a beach men's volleyball doubleheader as the North American Challenge wraps up. Hope you tune in for that with the first game starting at 10 a.m. And thank you for listening to this one.